Hi everyone, I just purchased this Slacker Zipline kit on Amazon, and it's a nice day here in Florida in November, so I'm going to attempt to install this thing today for my 6-year-old, and he likes zip lines at the gym, so hopefully he'll like this one in the backyard. This particular Slacker Zipline kit is item number SLA .513, so 200-pound max for ages 8 plus. So I've unpackaged a lot of the stuff, which is a little difficult because it's all shrink wrapped and zip tied, which is nice presentation, but it really was a pain in the butt to get all that stuff off. Next thing, measure between the two trees. You can run your cable to measure or use a tape measure. I know that this will make it because I bought a 70-foot kit and I'm only going about 45 to 50 feet, so I should be good here. So the suggested starting point for my zip line, which is about 45-50 feet long, is your starting point is supposed to be about 8.5 feet high, so I know that this is an 8-foot ladder, and so I'm going to attach it to the adjacent large branch here, which is about 8.5 feet. Okay, so this is why really I'm giving you this instructional video, because the instructions are lacking, let's say. So apparently we did this wrong, where I looped the line through the hole here up in the tree like that, just following the instructions as I read them. But after I put the carrier on, wrapped it around the tree, the directions didn't say anything about the brake, and it comes with a 5-foot brake here, this blue tube, and then I'm like, well, I don't see any mention of the turnbuckle either. So let's see, step 1, take the main cable, wrap the looped end around the starting point tree, and thread the unlooped end through the rest of the cable, which is what we did. And then there's no mention, oh, it says see figure 1, and as you can see the figures aren't labeled, figure 1, figure 2, figure 3, so who knows. And then I was like, well, where's the turnbuckle come into play here, because they haven't mentioned that, and I'm already wrapping it around the tree and putting these ends on. So I'm like, okay, well, let's see. Oh, step 4, tightening the zip line, as if you already had the turnbuckle installed. Using the turnbuckle to tighten, inspect your initial installation work carefully and thoroughly. So apparently we've already installed the turnbuckle at some point back here where there's no mention of it. And as you can see in the figures, there's no indication of a turnbuckle in the directions. And this is what I did. So they give you a loop cable here. This is my low tree, the low end of it, the finish line. You extend your turnbuckle all the way out so you can tighten it up when you're done. Okay, so you take this bolt out, you thread it through the loops here so that it's securely around your tree. It does have a nice little plastic thing, so it doesn't really dig into your tree. Next thing is you take the long cable, which is your zip line itself, and it's got a loop end and it's got a blunt end, which is just the cable. You take the loop end, you put it through the other end of the turnbuckle. Then, next, if it comes with a brake, if your thing came with a brake, you go all the way to the other end of the cable and you thread the brake on. I'll show you. It's just got a hole in it. So you thread it all the way on so you get to the finished tree line, and that'll be your brake. Okay, so next thing I'll do is I'll thread the carriage on, and we'll do that right. Threading the carriage on is really simple. just make sure the cable goes under the wheels, and you'll thread it all the way down to this end. It's real simple. There's no front or back, so just make sure it's under the wheels and you'll be good. Okay, so I got the carriage threaded on there, all my cable coming up to my tall tree, my starting line. And so I have a fish tank, and this is part of my siphon hose that I cut so I can protect the tree on this side from the cable digging into it. They don't provide anything for this end, so that's what I'm using. So I'll wrap it around the tree and get the clamps started on them. Up here, I use that tubing from my fish tank siphon to protect the tree. You could probably use fuel line or some type of rubber hose, maybe even garden hose. That would probably work too, if you got a piece of garden hose. Loop it around the tree. I have a lot of extra cable because my tree is only about 50 feet away, and this is a 70-foot line. So you loop it around, you pull it really tight. In the middle, I put my 8-foot ladder to suspend the cable, so it would be easier for me to tighten this cable, because the platform that you sit on in the carrier, it's probably 5 to 10 pounds, so you don't want to be fighting that while you're trying to tighten the cable. So you want to rest that on a tall ladder, or like they say in the directions, use a broom and have your friends come over and support the line with brooms, whatever. So once you get it snug, you put these clamps on, you open them all the way, take them apart, and then you can get them over the cable, tighten the nuts. Get one on so it's snug, and then let your cable drop off the ladder or whoever's supporting it, just to make sure that you've got enough ground clearance. And once you figure you got enough ground clearance, I put the other two clamps on. Okay, so you got 3 clamps, you know, about a hand width apart. Okay, and they want it looped around the tree in a teardrop shape. They don't want this clamp all the way up here to where you almost have a circle. I guess that's harder on the cable, so they don't want that. So in the end, yes, basically I threw the directions away because A, it didn't make any sense, and it didn't even mention the stop spring or the turnbuckle in the directions until you were at the last step with the cable already installed, which is not good for anybody. So that's how I did it. I hope this video helps you if you happen to purchase this particular Zipline. And my son tried it out already and he absolutely loves it. So I'm just going to tidy up this cable and I'll be done. Thanks for watching.